Good evening, everybody, and welcome to my channel. If you haven't been with me before, my name is Stella and I learnt tarot during lockdown. I used playing cards because that's what I had in the house, and I actually learnt it in one weekend. It came very naturally to me, and I've been on a really long spiritual journey. I obviously draw some of my cards here and they are received really well by the universe, and I'm absolutely blown away about how they come out at the right time. And you know, the universe will speak to you in any language that you choose, not just the original tarot, but obviously there's something very special about the original tarot. So just before I start, just to let you know that I do personal readings, and there's lots of ways that I can get this information to you via your personal reading. Just look at the link in the description for private readings. Okay, the question tonight is, does he miss me? And if so, in what way does he miss me? What are the things that he's actually missing about me? So I'm really excited to do this reading for you. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay, let's start. So this is for everyone that chose pile 1. Just to let you know, if you haven't been with me before, I'm actually travelling, so the table wobbles a bit, especially when I lean on it, and my camera can wobble a bit as well. But please just concentrate on the message because it's more important than the surroundings. Okay, so I'm really excited to do this for you, so let's find out. So, does he miss you? If so, what is he actually missing about you? And how does it affect his day? You know, what is he thinking about? So we've got the Devil card, we've got Judgment, we've got Strength, we've got the 8 of Wands, we've got Backstabber. I saw this card coming out because I can see on the back, and I was like, oh no. And we've got the Star card. Okay, so I actually designed this card, and it is about, you know, a female, ultimately a female, or at least a female energy coming in and really disrupting your relationship. So the question is, does he miss me? And if so, what are the things that he's missing about me? Or about you? Well, the first one, we've got the Devil card, and don't freak out about the Devil card. I'm so used to the Devil card. I'm so used to the Devil energy. It doesn't scare me. But I remember years and years ago when I did tarot and the Devil card came out, and I freaked out. Okay, so the Devil card is about that energy. It's not necessarily a negative energy, but it's not an energy in the light. Okay. This is about codependency, this is about obsession, this is about addiction, this is about addictive habits, this is about sexual addiction as well. Okay, so what does he miss about you? Well, immediately it's telling me, because there aren't really, this is a slightly sexual card, but I'm really feeling that he's actually quite obsessed about you and very addicted to you. Okay, so and I feel like, you know, if you're separated just now or in no contact or whatever, it's heightening this addiction. You know, he's really feeling this addictive pull to you. You know, he's really realizing maybe the depth or the height of his obsession for you. So even if you're not hearing from him or whatever, this is definitely something that's going on in his psyche. All right. And I feel like, yes, obviously, I think he's thinking about your sexual union, but there's not a massive amount of sexual energy here at the moment, apart from this 8 of Wands. But I feel that's more about coming forward. So we'll get to that. But, you know, let's see what this is. But this is really powerful at the moment. This is at, I feel like this is at the forefront of him missing you at the moment, you know, like these people are entwined together. Normally there's two naked people here and they're chained to the devil energy, and it means that the devil is linking them two, both together. But as I said, it's more like the forbidden, it's more like it's lust, it's more like really deep desire, really deep yearning, really deep longing, you know, like there isn't anybody else in the focus, how you two are chained together. But, you know, we must remember it's chained and not like angels, you know, linking two people by the light. But it can feel very good down here, this type of relationship. I mean, down in this 3D reality. And I really feel that this is really strong for him at the moment. And maybe he's feeling, wanting that chain back. You know, he wants to put those chains around him again. Or he's feeling like, I don't know, if he is trying to move on, I can't see at the moment, you know, that he can't let you go. You know, you're too, it's too strong. The link is just too strong between you at the moment. So like a deep, deep obsession. So also, what does he miss about you? So this is a really challenging card. And it's not an obvious card. But I think, what does he miss? Right, so... Sorry, let me just, because there's lots of ways I can read this. Right, I feel in one way like he's maybe kind of relieved in a way that he's not having to stand naked before you, not literally, you know, and feel your judgment. It doesn't mean that your judgment is unfounded. It just means like, you know, are you actually looking through him? I feel maybe you've got the ability to look right through him and see his actions. Like he can't hide much from you. And I feel like on one hand, he's kind of like, oh, you know, at least I don't have to face that. You know, the judgment maybe of my addictions, my obsession and things like that. But in another way, I feel like he's missing the authenticity of your relationship. You know, I feel like maybe he got to points in your relationship where he could reveal more of himself, you know, and it felt good to him that he could reveal more of himself. Sorry, do you know, it's just got so hot like in here. It's like an absolute furnace. I'm abroad at the moment, so wow, the heat just went up like 100 degrees there. I wonder why. Yeah, what he misses about you is that beautiful strength, that beautiful feminine strength that you had. And this is a very, very clever card, okay, because, you know, it's not about stay strong. This is about feminine energy and the ability. This woman in this card is taming a lion with her bare hands, but she's doing it through love and nurturing. And there's actually roses, weirdly. Look, I'm even sticking to the table. It's so hot. There's even roses wrapped around the lion from the woman. You know, this is how she was taming him. And I feel like he's really missing. I'm going to have to put this under my arm. It's got so hot here. I feel like he's just really missing the way that you were able to somehow tame aspects of him, right? Gosh, I really do feel like there's a story coming out here. You know, I really do feel like you were able to tame some of his addictions. There was something about you where, for a time or whatever it was, you know, that he towed the line with you. He towed the line. It's weird how line sounds like lion. Okay. He towed the line with you. You know, he was able maybe for a time to put his addictions aside, you know, but I still feel like he was obsessed with you and addicted to you, and he might have just had other types of addictions. And there was just something about you that yeah, he just felt this beautiful peacefulness with you. And I just feel like that what he misses about you is that, although I said that, like, your judgment, okay, I feel like in one hand you could call him out on stuff and he knew it. But on the other hand, I feel like you were really accepting of this other side of him, which I feel like he likes to keep hidden. So what is he? Does he miss you? Right, so what I feel is happened, that there was a real bad situation between you two, which would we would just sort of randomly say it's, you know, a backstabbing situation, okay? Whether that was you or him, whether it was real or not, is very hard to say. And I feel like at this point where he is missing you, I feel like he's definitely missing you, right? I feel like he just wants to come in very quickly and speak to you about this situation. I don't feel he wants to sit down and have, like, it's not a sword energy, and have a very intellectual conversation about this. I feel like he just wants to come in, clear the air, and just make a few points about this situation to clear it up. Although I am feeling that really he needs to do a lot more than that. And, oh, we've got another story emerging here. Okay, and can I just say about these cards down here, this story is just like building and building. That, you know, at that time, you know, you, like, okay, so let's just say he's got addictive energies, right? And so let's just say you have as well. Okay, and he really loved the way that you accepted that side of him. Okay, or you didn't make a great fuss, and the way that you were just able to calm him with his addictions, and through that you were able to unlock his heart, a steel heart. You know, this devil energy doesn't let people in. It reminds me of that, I've just got a little shiver there, it reminds me of that that program, that American program. It was a series on Netflix, when he's the devil and he runs a nightclub, and there was a woman on there, that the police officer, and no matter what he did, she really never really made a fuss. You know, she kind of just ignored all his terrible stuff. He was totally in love with her, and he just didn't understand why his magic didn't work on her. You know, he just didn't understand why she wasn't getting ruffled. It's really, really good. I don't even know what it's called. Maybe it's called The Devil. I don't know, sort of thing. Yeah, she just really wasn't ruffled about, you know, all his debauchery and all his, you know, he's so improper in so many ways. And I feel this is the energy here with this guy, is that you just didn't seem ruffled, even if you were, about all his crazy behaviour, you know. And I think he just really, really misses that. And I feel like he just really hopes that, in a very simplified way, I feel like he just really hopes that things can get back on track here. Or he just has, or even if he's not tangibly thinking about coming back, I feel like he just has a desire that things were better between you, and that, see this water that she's pouring, that, you know, these beautiful emotions and whatever that you, this abundance that you had here, I feel like he's like, I need it. I need nurtured, you know. It's like the devil energy. I was like, I need nurtured. I need her to pour her goodness into me. You know, I need her to pour her goodness into me. Again, I really, really miss that. I need it, you know. So that I can get back on track. So I'm sort of getting this feeling that maybe he's out of control just now. Okay, let's have a look, which I know might be very hard for you to hear. I'm just feeling this energy is like maybe he's out of control just now. Maybe his addictions have really taken over. Okay, well, you know, it's not what I thought, actually. I really thought that it was maybe things that out of control, but he's feeling deep waves of emotion, deep depths of emotion, right? Think of it like a surfer. Think like the little devil is surfing on these waves. The dog agrees. Just think about the devil like surfing on these waves. He's having like still moments and then deep waves and then crashing where you're concerned, right? And and he's not in control of these waves crashing, you know, he's not in control of the depth. And you see the little love heart there, you know, really deep. And I just feel like this, like when he feels like this, maybe it's not here, the card, but I just feel like he might move into his addictions through these waves, you know, and just to deal with these waves, and, you know, maybe has a few drinks or whatever it is that he does, you know, and just to ride these deep waves of emotion. And the other card was, and the other card is, you know, he just feels like he's in very rough waters at the moment, where you're concerned. And, you know, he just has this wish that he could move to these beautiful calm waters in the back. But I also feel like what he misses about you, again, is this calmness that you brought into his life. And maybe you didn't even realize it. You know, you brought, you know, there was turbulence in his life in some way, shape or form. Sorry if you can't see that very well. Okay, this is the Six of Swords, right? This is actually a man in a boat taking his family, actually, or at least a woman and a child, to the shore, to calmer waters. And he could be someone that's got responsibilities or a family or something like that. Okay, and what he really misses about you is that you were these calmer waters. I really feel that you were these calmer waters with this Judgment card and the Strength card, and the unlocking of the heart. You know, I really do feel that. So he's definitely got some depth of emotion. These are quite similar in a way, not obviously, but you know, these deep emotions, and then these rough waters then go and calm, rough waters then go and calm. And this is him thinking about you. This is him maybe trying to think of a decision here about you. So what else does he miss about you? I've just looked at this card actually. And he's like, it's not so much that he misses it, it's more like an admiration. He feels like you can put up a fight if you need to. You're not, if you're feeling like a pushover, you're not a pushover. What does he miss about you? Is he missing you? Yeah. It's about, is he missing you and what does he miss about you? He's just, at the moment, making a decision whether to step forward with this Eight of Wands, okay? The Eight of Wands is traditionally about what tarot readers use as a message coming in and stuff like that, but it's really about an opening of like really swift movement, you know, like a real unexpected almost movement forward, you know, and really positive. It's a really positive movement forward. The wands are traditionally about, you know, it can be about passion, it can be about careers and stuff like that, but ultimately it's a really quick push forward, maybe one that you're not expecting, and this is something that he really desires. I also feel like what he misses about you is that he felt like his life was moving forward when you were together. You know, he really felt like a sense of positive energy moving forward, and the skies were very blue when he was with you, in it, you know, blue skies, beautiful blue skies. So I feel like he feels like you can put up a fight if you need to, you know, you can defend yourself. That's not why I drew this card in the first place, but it's just starting to get so many meanings, and I've actually said to my guys, can I just have it for the reason that I drew it. And they're like, no, we're going to use it as we want. As we want. And I see with this story here is that, you know, he wants to move from this with you to this with you. You know, he doesn't want this energy. He wants it to move into this beautiful, harmonious energy again. Anything that, so the answer is yes, he is missing you. And these are the things that he misses about you. So anything that the cards want to say, okay. Well, you couldn't write it, could you? Do you know what I mean? Like, the cards are just amazing. This card fell out on top of this card. This is him trying to make a decision to step forward. And the guy in this tarot card is wearing red. Boom. Oh my God. Okay, so he's the message is he's in the Knight of Pentacles energy, and the Knight of Pentacles energy is about, he plans before he makes a move, and when he steps in, it might take a while for him to step in, but he's going to step in some way, shape or form. Okay, so I think that's really, really beautiful. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that reading. I really enjoyed that. Very, very, very interesting. And please leave a comment. I really appreciate your comments, especially if there's a little something that really resonates with you. I really love to hear your stories. Okay, so take care, and that was an absolute pleasure. So this is for everyone that chose pile number 2. The question is, does he miss you, and what does he miss about you? So I'm really excited to do this reading for you. Just to let you know, I'm abroad at the moment, so I'm just using what I can. And the table might wobble and the camera wobbles a little bit, but the message is more important. So let's have a look and see if he misses you. Right, so we've got the Death card, and we've got the Reset, oh sorry, the Fool card. We've got the 9 of Pentacles, we've got the 4 of Pentacles, which I numbered incorrectly as the 9, and we've got the Queen of Cups, and we've got the 7 of Swords. Okay, so quite an easy reading on this one. So, does he miss you? Yes, he does, but he's really had, whatever's happened between you, he's had like a death moment, and a death moment is like a reset in a situation, right? I feel like he feels it's over. Okay, that's the message I'm getting at the moment, but stay with me, guys, because my cards start revealing more depth and stuff like that. I feel like he feels it's over. Maybe he feels like you'll never take him back. Maybe he feels like whatever's happened between you has gone too far. Maybe he feels like he's made one almighty massive mistake, and he is having a real death moment in his life. And this means when you hit a situation and you know your life is going to change after this situation. You know, it can be, what are death moments in people's lives? Definitely the end of a relationship, an end of a job, the loss of finances, walking away from someone, walking away from a friendship, parents passing, you know, all those sort of really big milestones. Whatever's happened between you was a really massive milestone. And when the Death card is there, it's not something that we're in control of. You know, he's really feeling like it might not be his words, but he's really feeling like the universe has come in and it's pulled the rug on him big time. Okay, and he feels like he doesn't have a choice in this situation. He feels like, I feel like he just feels there's so much damage done that he doesn't know how to return from it. That's what I'm feeling with this. So a death card is not like a life cycle. You know, a life cycle is very different. A death card is an ending, is the ending of all endings, actually. But the beautiful thing about the death card is that it gives an opportunity for rebirth, and this is why we've got this beautiful white rose. There's a real opportunity of rebirth after a death moment, because whatever's happened, it's out in the open, and neither party can deny what's actually happened. But so you can't change, you can't turn the clock back, you can't change it. All you can do is move forward. And then we've got this, the Fool card, which I will have to redraw, which is, yes, I feel like, does he miss you? Yes, he does, and it's painful. And I feel like in many ways he's moving on with his life. And that's not easy for me to say, okay? And he wants a fresh start. He wants the sunshine. He wants to enjoy himself. He doesn't want responsibilities. He wants, you know, he wants to feel naive again and fresh and just take life as it comes, okay? Rightly or wrongly, okay? He just wants to throw caution to the wind. He doesn't want to plan ahead, right? He just wants to go and have fun. But it's not just like vacuous fun. I feel like he really just needs that sense of freedom just now. And it's funny because then we've got this online dating card, which I actually designed, and I always get really nervous about this card because I feel like when I say that, when he wants to move on, and I'm saying like, you know, he doesn't want something vacuous, I feel like he's maybe engaging in some online stuff, which is vacuous, but I feel his desire is much deeper than that, much richer than that, in what he's actually looking for. But sometimes, you know, people just maybe turn to this type of media, you know, just because, or this medium, you know, just because it's easy and it's accessible. But really he's looking for something much bigger in his life. He's looking for a much, much bigger change. Interesting, actually, I'm getting quite a lot of information here, okay. So in his eyes, is he missing you? Yes, he is missing you. But I feel like this is, but it's a painful, he's missing you, but he's also like, right, I think it's done. Do you know what I mean? But I see in this reset, he would love to come back to you. Okay, because you are this glorious Nine of Pentacles, sorry. Sleepy language there. Nine of Pentacles woman, and he sees you as very independent, and he feels like, whether it's true or not, that you have a great life and maybe you don't need him. He sees you as a very beautiful woman. He sees you as very sorted, even if you don't feel sorted, he sees you as sorted. Beautiful clothes, beautiful hair, beautiful environment. See the pearls around her neck. It's all like, you know, she's so sorted, you know. Will she join me on my journey, on my reset? I'm not sure. The only problem that we have here is that he is willing to use deception and take an opportunity with you again if it becomes available, which is curious because it's like it's over, but we have this Seven of Swords here. And it's this Seven of Swords is about someone who just takes something because it's very, very easy to do it, right? It's just left wide open. I feel like maybe that's what he would love from you, is that, you know, that you were available to him in a very easy way, that he didn't have to make much effort with that. And I feel like he might well sort of go around the houses and the wrong way to approach you, or maybe he's thinking about this. Maybe he's like, oh, I'll just get around this death moment, this situationship that we've had, and I'll use maybe less than credible ways to actually come forward to her. Almost feel like you're blocked in this corner here, like he wants to run forward, and then you've got these, deception. So they call it the kind of the sneaky card, all right? The sneaky card. And I feel like you're just sort of cornered here. What does he actually miss about you, though? Well, he just saw you as this really beautiful, empathic woman, right? And your language was continually about, just had this really caring overtone. So I always say with this card, if you met this woman in the street, or if she was a member of your family or a friend, she's the one that you'd go to with your problems. She's the one that's going to listen. She's the one that really cares on a very deep level if you've got problems or not, or if you're upset or not, She's the one that's going to sort out your problems. Or at least try to sort out your problems. She really, really cares about people. She hates pain. She hates seeing people in pain. And I feel like he just really misses that really beautiful, nurturing side of you. And I feel like you showed him a lot of romance, okay? Maybe showed how to be romantic. And even if you don't think that he really understood you, he saw it, okay? He saw that. And I do feel like if he compares it with this, vacuous online rubbish, absolute trash, that's what I call it. If you compare the two, there's just no comparison. There's just absolutely no comparison. And he misses that, okay? I feel like a man can fill himself up with this, because it's easy come, easy go, easy come, easy go. I've stroked my ego for now and then it's gone. It just fills a void in someone. A man who doesn't have a void will not go here. He'll go here. I want this, sort of sensuality, warmth, understanding, that beautiful feminine energy that they can just fall into after a hard day's work, that sort of thing. So we've got the Four of Pentacles. So does he miss you? Yes, but he's more troubled about this, this big moment. I feel like that's what's more playing on his mind. And he just wants to keep his emotions very close to his chest at the moment. This is the Four of Pentacles. But I always feel within this, there's just this little thing in here with the Four of Pentacles. Is that I feel like he wants to give you something. It's just something that I've always felt with this card. The Four of Pentacles is about someone who's very financially stable, or at least attempting to make himself financially stable. But in a emotional state, he's not giving. He's keeping it all to himself. He's sort of withdrawn. The energy's blocked off. But I always feel like, on the flip side of this card, this can be about receiving abundance. And I feel like, yeah, he would love to be in a position. All right, so that's what I'm saying. He'd love to be in a position to give to you, but he felt like you actually gave him quite a lot as well. You gave him a lot emotionally. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Yeah. And you just had these two very different energies in your relationship. He just didn't give you enough. You were giving and giving and giving and giving. And I just feel like he was very blocked off. I feel he could give you material things, but he couldn't give you emotional things. And you could just give him all the tenderness and all that, you know, just pat yourself on the back, really. And I feel like he's missing that, you know, he's missing that, the way that you could just give stuff to him and the moments that you had together when you were giving. And I feel like he's remembering that and he's missing that. But this is all encompassing, and I just feel like he's just being very manly about it and going, shit, right, that's super naffed up. That is totally like done in, that relationship, you know, for whatever reason. And you're here in the corner. You're here in the corner, and I think he's just like, could I get in there? But I don't feel like I feel like he's thinking, could I get in there? Because this was just so awful. You know? This was just so awful. So, is there any other... So, is he thinking, is he missing you? Yes, he is. But he's very aware of the situation. I feel it's to the point that he just maybe feels he's got to walk away. Yeah, and I feel like he's just indulging himself, I'm sorry to say this, with what he perceives as other options. I just feel it's going to be very, very short-lived. These things are always very short-lived. What else? What advice would you give the watcher on this card? What advice would you give? What advice, you know, should they stay around, or, you know, or should they move on? Because I can't see, apart from this reset, I can't see like him really coming forward at this point, okay? What advice would you give to the watcher? Should they hang around? Should they wait? Let's have a look. It's a lot of cards, but I'm going to have a look. He's very upset. There was a lot of secrets in this relationship which you knew about. There is maybe a desire to come forward and offer you a cup of love. There's a massive amount of beautiful nostalgia. I mean, beautiful nostalgia of when things were really good. Really, really good. Like, really good. You know, he does want a reconciliation, okay? He does want a reconciliation. I was not expecting that. Justice is about when the universe gives you what is rightfully yours and what is rightfully meant to come in your direction. So don't even worry about the online stuff. Okay, I just cut that out, online stuff, out of my energy. Okay, yeah, he wants to come forward and offer you the cup of love. He's very aware. You've got it twice. No, Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. It's very similar energy. He's very aware that he didn't take that extra cup of love from you to make it stable. Okay, he just sees you as this very beautiful, nurturing woman. Remember, we had the Queen of Cups and we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so these are just the sort of facets of you that he admires. So the Queen of Pentacles is like the Italian mama, you know, the person that sort of nurtures and cares about everybody, but in a very physical, practical way. Cooking dinners, doing the shopping, making the house beautiful, you know, making sure you're fed and watered and looked after and very, very comfortable. All right. And we've just got this Eight of Pentacles where it's just like a real desire to just have life ticking over nicely again. I feel like this is advice to you as well, because, you know, even though he would like this, will he actually do it? I think the advice to you is look after yourself as well. Look after yourself. Look after your finances. Look after your life. Look after your routine. You know, make sure you're nice and safe and secure and building for the future yourself. And I feel like it's saying to you, nurture yourself. These are very similar cards. Nurture yourself. Look after yourself. keep your home nice, feed yourself well, go to bed early, which I am not doing. You know, keep your health good, nurture your friendships, you know, sort of nurture the relationships around you that you can nurture. You know, don't forget about them during this time, and really get a lovely sense of joy out of that. Yeah, so I feel like there's advice there for you. I also sort of get like this little feeling like, okay, he wants to come forward and give you his cup of love, and he wants a reconciliation. But you know what I feel like this is saying as well? Keep your heart open to new love. Just keep it open for the possibility of someone else giving you that cup of love. I know that's hard, you know, because like, you know, this is one person, you know, we only want one person. But think of all the billion of people in the world, all the billions of people in the world. There must be someone else that would really excite you. If they offered you a cup of love, you know, you don't have to take it, but keep your heart open to it. I think it's about this, because this 6 sits under the lovers. The 6 is the lovers in the major, and this is one of the cards that sits under it. And this is a beautiful scene, you know, of children giving cups of flowers to each other, you know, and just, so for him, he's thinking about this, right? He's thinking about you in these terms. But also I feel for you, you know, just keep your heart open for that beautiful, innocent love to come in again. And I think that's the really important thing here. Okay, guys, really enjoyed that reading. I hope you enjoyed it as well. It was an absolute pleasure. And if it does resonate, please leave a comment, because I really enjoy your comments. I really, really enjoy them. I can't always answer them, because like most people at the moment in lockdown, you know, we're all over the place at the moment, aren't we? Okay, so this is for everyone that picked a pile 3, and I'm anticipating it's a raunchy reading. I hope not. I want to keep this PG, but the cards do tend to integrate into the cards below, even though I don't know what the cards are below. Just to let you know, if you're with me for the first time, I am abroad. You know, I'm just using what I can. The table might wobble, my camera wobbles, and we've got an overhead light, but just listen to the message, because the message is more important. So, does he miss you? And if so, what does he miss about you? Does he miss you? Wow. Wow. Oh, you've got an extra card, guys. An extra card snuck in for you. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Okay. My feeling with this is that he does miss you, but he is oh so aware that there was one almighty storm between you both that came in. And I feel like when he wakes up in the morning, he's aware of this, okay? Like, it hasn't passed him. He doesn't feel like that's actually passed him at the moment. And I feel like he feels like, yeah, you know, like, I don't know, I'm sort of feeling like if he wakes up and he's thinking about your body, we'll see how this dovetails in later, but maybe thinking the beautiful things about your body, but it's like, you know, there was this going on. Oh, yeah, okay, so this is where the body goes in. That didn't take long, did it? Okay, so does he miss you? Yeah, like, I'll keep it PG, but basically, he really, 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 really loved your body, right? And if you've got parts of your body you didn't like, he didn't see it. He loved your body. Okay, and if you feel like, how, you know, how could he, you know, whatever. Some of you might be thinking, well, that's impossible, but no, he thinks about your body. He thought your body was absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. And for some of you, you'll really know that he really did love your body, but I feel like it might be a surprise. And he really misses your body, and he really misses your touch. And I could speak for ages about touch, right? He's missing your sexual touch. He's missing your nurturing touch. There's some ways in which you touched his body, whether it's his face, his chest, his back, his bum, other parts of his private parts of his body, because I want to keep this PG. He's really missing that. He's remembering that, and he's missing that. And there was something about your touch that was really unique. That's why we've got this beautiful, unique feather. Love this card. And your touch was both lustful and romantic and really unusual. That's, this is what the card says to me, right? And he really misses that. And I feel like for some of you, your touch was this, sexual, was there's some sort of veil of secrecy around it, some sort of, or very mysterious, something like that. And I always say with this, I can't help look at this card and see that there's a small distance between two homes. And maybe this touching, the love of your body went on in the night. Maybe sneaking around, especially with lockdown, between these two homes. The moon card is like so weird in the tarot, like if I drew a moon card now, I'd be saying different things, but this particular card, just the picture. Yeah, and I feel like he misses that opportunity. There's definitely something about home here. There's a home here as well. I feel like what he's missing is, what he's thinking about is, he's missing that you had that opportunity, you had this opportunity of real stability, but this storm came in. Wasn't, for you guys, it wasn't a tower moment, and it wasn't a death situation, but it was a problem, right? It was a problem, and it was quite a big problem, right? And I feel like it just stopped this, whatever sort of stability, something to do with the home, something to do with building a future, something about looking forward into the future. So yeah, so I could almost put these cards up here, because this is the Knight of Wands, which is traditionally in the tarot all about really like a really passionate liaison. Okay. And he does miss that softer side of you, because she's wearing the cherubs, Cupid's arrow around her neck, and these butterflies of transformation. And I feel like you had, there was something about your relationship where you were able to, it sort of transformed his life in a way, okay? But I feel like he's not missing this part of you, where you've put in boundaries, where you were very decisive about things, or gave him the impression that you were very decisive about it, okay? Something linked to this sort of domestic setup or going forward. I just feel like when I see this Queen card, the Queen of Swords, I just feel like he found you quite difficult to handle in some ways, because I feel like you were actually very strong, and you were very articulate, and I think he saw you as very intelligent. Let's see a little bit more about this. So it does feel like more of a sexual, there was definitely some opportunity for some, real stability, a real solid relationship here. But I feel like what he's missing is more of this sort of sexual energy, you know, that feminine energy. He's really missing that feminine energy from you. So can you tell us a little bit more? Because I'm a little bit confused about this, to be honest, and about this storm situation. And then we've got this page. Maybe he wants to come in and offer you something. Yeah, he's watching you online, basically, and maybe wants to message you with something tangible, okay? He's looking at you and maybe wants to offer you something tangible, like to come forward with something. Can you tell me about the storm and this domestic setup? I mean, like, it seems like a story of two halves here, okay? I feel like the problem's down here. The problem wasn't here. I feel like the problem wasn't here, like in your sexual union, there was like no problem there. But there was a problem here with this sort of situation. Oh my God, we did it again, didn't we? Yeah, the problem was, the problem was, guy, down here. Right? This was all cool up here, right? Sexual stuff. The big spanner in the work was this. Full on shebang, full Monty, love and relationship, commitment, stability, the whole thing, right? The problem was, guys, is he missing you? Yes, we've already said, okay. What does he miss about you? This, okay. I feel like what the real problem was in your relationship is that you came along and you showed him that he could have this. He could have the full thing with no area lacking. He could have the full cups, you know, the 10 of cups and the 10 of pentacles. This is the ultimate in relationship cards, right? All you need is the Hierophant between this to marry you. This is sheer joy. This is about potentially marrying, when a guy feels like, God, if I married her, like I've married someone like almost out of my league, you know, like he doesn't feel less, but he just feels like, God, you know, she's like 10, 10 and 10 over again, you know. And he just felt like, the problem was, he just felt like you had all this not potential, but you sort of showed him like a new world, a new life that he could have. And for whatever reason, he couldn't take it, right? Whatever reason, he wasn't ready for it. He didn't feel it was possible. I think he just found that really, really challenging. Remember I said that he found you challenging. That's just the energy I got from this card. And this was the problem in the relationship. And he's missing that. Yeah, he's missing the physical side of it, but he's really missing the emotional side of your relationship, and he's missing about the potential that it had. And I'm just like getting little memories here. My guys are just showing me little things, you know, like he's thinking about like when you first met, when you didn't know each other. And I feel like he's sort of thinking, like, oh yeah, God, like when we met then, we didn't know each other. And God, look at that, you know, that scenario. And then look at this situation, you know, when we really knew each other. We knew each other's body. I knew her touch, you know. I saw all the other sides to her that I just didn't even, you know, I didn't know at the beginning. I feel like he's just sort of like almost sort of wandering in his subconscious, like through the labyrinth of your relationship, of how you got to know each other. I feel like there's a little bit more here with this. So I've literally got like 6 minutes. I don't like to keep these readings longer than an hour, because I don't know if YouTube's got some sort of problem or issue with them over an hour. Wow, that's a lot of cards. I don't know if I can. Yeah, he's just feeling a whole lot of loss. He's missing you, right? He's feeling a whole lot of loss, right? Although I can't see cups in the rest of this reading, this is just like the full 10 of cups, right? And he is just like, for whatever reasons, I don't know why you guys aren't together, right? But he's just thinking, I could have had that. I could have had that. I lost that. At the moment, he's feeling he's lost it, okay? I could have had that. That was right in the palm of my hand. And for whatever reason, this crap come in. Whether it's him, whether it was you, very hard to say. And he's missing you. And he's feeling the loss. Okay, so yes, he does miss you. And we know what he's missing about you. Awesome read, guide. Honestly, I think I'm the queen of third-party situations, which doesn't seem to appear in this particular context. And also, I'm the queen of the 10 of cups. Beautiful, beautiful. A lot of potential here. Definitely a lot of potential. Okay, guys, I really enjoyed that reading. I hope you enjoyed it too. And please do leave a comment if it really, really resonates with you. I'm just going to have a sneak preview. More cup of love. Yeah, just more of the same, really. And actually, you've got my new card, which is so badly drawn. I'm going to have to draw it again. I feel like, sorry if you're, I hope you're still here. I feel like energetically, he's calling you. You know, like a peacock. It's got that really raspy calling sound. Right, such a beautiful bird, and it's just got this really awful sort of voice. But when a peacock talks, it's like, where are you? You know, I'm calling you now. Can you hear me? You know, I'm calling for you. I'm calling for my mate, basically. I feel like that's what the peacock card is about. Okay, guys, really enjoyed that. Thank you so much. And ciao from Italy. Ciao, ciao.